Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my weekly predictions video for what I think is going to happen next week in Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 8, No One. And spoiler warning, if you guys aren't caught up, as well as if you missed my review for Episode 7, I'll put the link in the description so you guys can go ahead and check it out and hear all my thoughts on Episode 7. Thought it was an awesome episode. Love to see the Hound again, and so glad they decided to bring him back in the series, unlike, as well as Cold Hands, but unlike Lady Stoneheart, who it looks like we'll probably never see, which is a shame because I really do like it when they bring back some kind of fan favorite characters and use them in a fun way, which of course it looks like they're doing with the Hound. So will we see the Clegane Bowl? I think so, man. I think that the prediction, I think the theory makes sense, and I think we will see it coming up pretty soon. So for this episode, for No One, I think the title is pretty obvious to whose story it's referring to. Of course, it's referring to Arya, and it'll be cool to see if Arya is able to leave just like that, or if she's going to have to somehow find a way to go back or something, or become No One, not sure. So it's pretty tough to say, but of course some interesting stuff is happening with Arya. Of course, right now she's hurt, and she has the waif after her, so we'll see if she's able to get away, if she's going to leave Braavos. I thought that was cool at the scene at the end when she's at the bridge, and she's kind of looking, and she sees the stone giant man for Braavos, and of course gets ganked right afterwards. So we'll see. I hope she eventually does kill the waif. I mean, she's got quite a few people on her list to kill, but I think that if she could kill her with Needle, that would be a good start. Granted, though, that she's a bit older than her, and it seems like she's bested her a few times now. Granted, some of those times are when she didn't have vision and stuff like that, but she's pretty skilled, so I hope Arya can beat her and eventually head back to Westeros, but I don't know if it'll be yet. Granted, though, if they're saying that we only have maybe 2 seasons left after this season, which is what kind of has been released online from Dan and Dan, it looks like maybe she will leave now because the story doesn't have that many episodes left, and they're supposed to be shorter seasons. Like I heard 13 episodes for the last 2, so that would be 7 and 6 probably. So being as such, I would think that maybe she will actually leave pretty soon, and she's going to be able to get away. Whether or not she kills the waif first, I hope that she's able to do that. So we'll see. The weekly promo for this week, I'll put the link in the description. It's an awesome promo. It's like 40 seconds long. There's no description for this week, so we have no description to go by. All we know is it's No One, so expect a big part from Arya. And then the promo is pretty awesome. I mean, we have Cersei with the scene "I Choose Violence," which I think has been shown since the trailer for Season 6, and we're just now finally getting to see that part in Episode 8, as we only have, unfortunately, 3 episodes left of this season, but they should be 3 of the best from the whole season, with the last 2 probably being 2 of the best ever, for sure. I choose violence. Lancel asks, violence, and Cersei, of course, order man to step aside or there will be violence. I choose violence. So, of course, there's going to be, I counted them, 7 versus Robert Strong. At the end of the promo, you could also see him cracking some skulls. So he's got one guy down, and he's like grabbing his face. And the guy's like this on the ground. He's like got his big mitt on him and stuff. So it looks like there will be violence. It looks like it's going to be a really exciting scene. And is it Lancel's time to be killed off? How will Kevin feel about that if he hears that Cersei's monstrosity, Cersei's giant undead Frankenstein has killed Lancel? He's going to be, I would think he'd be pretty pissed off, even though he's joined with the faith and stuff and he's kind of lost and all that. It is what it is, but it looks to me like it, unless they use him as kind of a point of view character and he's able to kind of run away or something. But how this scene is going to go is hard to predict because you have 7 of them on 3, right? And really, it seems like they probably want Cersei. You would think. So if Robert Strong is going to kill, is he going to be able to kill all of them without one of them grabbing Cersei and kind of pulling her aside? that'll be interesting to see. It kind of seems like it to me, but we'll have to, because he's so big, he could probably just stand in front of her and none of them will be able to get around him. And they don't have the best weaponry. I mean, they have like blunt objects and stuff. I don't know what that's going to do against the mountain, the undead mountain. Robert, Gregor, whatever you want to call him. I don't know if that's going to do anything. But it looks like from the promo, it's probably not going to do anything. And I think the only point of discussion here is whether or not they're going to be, one of them is going to be able to grab Cersei during the fight and get her out of there. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to happen. So maybe Robert will have to kill, or Gregor will have to kill a few of them, and the rest will maybe scurry off or something like that. That's what I would imagine we'll probably see. Something like that is my prediction for that. But that looks like a super exciting part to see, man. I've been waiting for that since the premiere, and it's cool to face off because, of course, their history together, Cersei and Lancel's history together, it's definitely interesting. And Cersei, like Olenna said, she's got more enemies than she realizes. She's crossed more people than she realizes, and now they're probably all going to come out of the woodwork. And whether or not Robert's going to be able to protect her from all of them, we'll have to see, man. But it looks like probably trial by combat. I'm thinking maybe episode 10. We'll go over the titles pretty soon in the video this week and discuss that. Should I fail to persuade the blackfish to surrender, honor compels me to fight you. Breanne to Jaime. So that's pretty cool too. Again, two characters that have a history that may be on opposing sides again. So if Breanne is not able to persuade the blackfish to surrender, then she will have to be on the opposing side to Jaime. Of course, he's leading that side. And we know how Brienne's honor is. It's ironclad regardless. She may not feel good about it, but I tend to think with her that she will stand by her honor over, even a previous friendship with Jaime. So we have Cersei going to see Tommen, it looks like, with Robert Strong. A lot of people around, kind of looking around. Wonder what's going to happen there. Wonder what's going to happen with that. Is this after the scene where Robert is smashing, Hulk smashing the the Faith? Has Tommen called on her, or does she just want to go see him? And oh man, it's just it's so crazy. But I tend to think things are not going to go that well for Cersei in the next few episodes because there's just too many for Robert to kill them all. I tend to think, even though they probably won't be able to beat him, maybe they'll be able to separate her from him at some point and grab her or something. So if I have to slaughter every Tully to get back to her, that's what I'll do. Jaime says to Breanne, so letting her know that he's going to have to kill. If he has to kill them in order to get back to his love, then he will. But I love the face-off scene between him and the Blackfish, where the Blackfish tells him that he's got 2 years worth of provisions, and asking if Jaime has 2 years. And I think the Blackfish, from looking at Jaime right away, sizing him up, I think he realizes Jaime does not have as much fight left in him as he once did, especially after being captured, losing his hand and everything. I feel like the Blackfish looks at him and senses that maybe we can just time this guy out. Maybe we can just time him out, and eventually he'll give up if he's not able to siege the castle. If he's not able to storm the castle and get in, maybe we can make it. Maybe we can beat him just by outlasting him. So I think that's what he sees there, and I think that he might be right, because if Jaime hears that something's happened with Cersei and a trial by combat or something, he may flee. He may head back. So it'll be interesting to see what he does if Tommen has set her up for. Who knows? He probably thinks that won't happen, but it looks like we might see that. So it should be crazy to see all that go down. And I guess I'm predicting that I think the Blackfish, even though the odds are totally stacked against him, I almost say that I think he might be able to make it. Like, I think he might be able to find a way out with Breanne or something to do with that, or he may just quite simply be able to outlast everybody to the point where it's not worth it for them anymore to come at him, and he's just smiling there behind the wall, and there's really not much they can really do, in comparison, even though they have the numbers and everything. He's still got the castle, and if he makes it, it's kind of like he doesn't have to win, but if he makes it hard enough for them, then maybe he'll be able to just outlast them, and it won't be worth their while. So it'll be great to see if Breanne is able to actually do something happening there, but I tend to think probably not. I think the blackfish is probably not going to leave. He's probably not going to move. And unless he's able to go and join with Sansa or something, and Brienne's able to offer him passage or something, maybe nothing. We'll see. It would be cool to see him join with the others, though, and it would add to our kind of alliance of kind of survivors that are really cool on Jon's side. Jon, Sansa, and Sir Davos, Melisandre in there, and then maybe have the blackfish. That'd be cool. I just don't think it's going to happen. So we've got Pod who's in trouble. Someone's grabbing him, so that's interesting. The waif quickly, and you also have, I think, Arya's jumping. Somebody's jumping. One of the two of them. I'm not sure which. It looks like in Bravo, but I'm not sure who. The Hound ready for a fight, so it looks like he's going to crack some skulls with the axes, as we imagined he would, get revenge, and then maybe head for King's Landing because he doesn't really know what else to do to join the Faith or something. And then we have Robert versus the Faith, as we talked about, Tyrion, and possibly a dragon landing or something. He can see the light shake, so maybe he knows that she's back, which will be cool to see as well. And then we end with Robert smashing some guy's head. That's what it is. So for my predictions, it should be another great episode, and I'm really looking at episodes 9 and 10 maybe being two of the best episodes the series has ever had. But it's hard to say because they've done so many amazing episodes at this point, like Blackwater and the weddings, and I mean they have done so many, the children, incredible episodes. It's hard. Not Harrenhal, Hardhome. I was confused the two. They've done some insane episodes, so it'll be hard to see if these two are going to, outdo the other seasons. But man, the HBO sure kicking all kinds of ass and bringing us some of the coolest stuff we've ever seen. So I hope the series can go on as long as possible, and maybe even past season 8. I hope it does, because man, if it doesn't, I'm seriously going to miss Game of Thrones when it's over. Anyway, that's it for this predictions video, guys. I hope you enjoy episode 8. Should be great. And send me your questions for this week for the Q&A, or you can write them in the comments below and I'll include them. Definitely going to do a couple Q&As this week for Game of Thrones, because I am just absolutely stoked for the last 3 episodes of the season. If you like this video, please don't forget to thumb it up below, guys. Please share, favorite, and if you're new and you want to subscribe, we just passed 200,000 subscribers. Feel free to subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this video. See you guys again real soon. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya.
You better subscribe.